today is just, we're just a Q&A session, really. All right. So I just also want to let you guys know that time is coming, right? So it's only 50 slots available. You can join me on a live Zoom on a 4-day event where I teach you how to build the foundation of trading, right? And so we will be using biblical principles through it all. It's literally like the content literally comes from Bible. And basically what we want to do is we want to structure that so you all will be able to build your trading foundation. I believe that a lot of us, we focus on just the charts, but I think the charts are just half of it. And many of us are struggling in the charts because we actually don't have the first part, right? So it's kind of like having the Old Testament. Well, it's kind of like having the New Testament without the Old Testament, right? And so there's so much that traders are missing because they're just jumping straight to the charts and they're not having an establishment. And that's what we want to focus on, is creating you the right foundation. So then once you get to the chart, it's going to be so much more easier to be successful. Not only that, you're going to become successful like 5 times faster, right? I have people that just started trading and already have been doing extremely well. But again, this is just a Q&A session. So, yeah.
Game.
Yes, son.
Game.
Yes, son.
Game.
Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Let's go to YouTube. Actually, hold on. Plug this in. So if anyone has any questions, well, if anyone has asked a question,
Go
yet,
get it, Daddy. Go
just haven't seen
get
it
it,
yet.
Daddy.
I'm about to look at it right now.
Go
just haven't seen
get
it
it, Daddy.
I'm about to look at it right now. Yo, Reese, what's up, bro?
Shop, bro. Shop, bro.
Bro, this is just a quick little Q&A just in case people got questions.
Shop, bro, baby.
So I am.
bro.
Hold
Shop,
on,
bro.
Sonny. Hold on. Wait.
Shop, bro.
Okay. Here, you gonna watch this MTV?
Okay.
Okay. Matter of fact, go out there and go tell Mama to turn Spider-Man for you.
Two for me.
Go tell Mama to turn Spider-Man.
Two for me.
All right, y'all. We about to go over this. Look, Mama gonna turn on Spider-Man, okay?
Two for me.
No, Mama gonna do it out there.
Two for me.
Mama gonna do it in the front room,
Two
okay?
for me.
Okay, Mama am. All right. All right. So I am going to give you guys a breakdown on this morning's trade that we were able to catch in the 48 trading signal room. So if you know that's something that you want to be a part of, you are welcome to join. You can just click the link below this video and it'll be up for you. Okay. So this morning we got this uptrend right now, right? So overall we are in an uptrend. So we see all this. This is a nice uptrend right here, right? But For a gold zone, we're simply just trying to see what is happening right now. What is the formation that's taking place? What is the nearest channel? I guess that's the better words to say. I feel like I've been teaching the gold zone for a while now, but this has probably been the most challenging part, I think, for people to understand, right? So I'm going to say the nearest channel that you are seeing, the nearest thing that has created a rhythm in the market, right? So today it's pretty easy because there is nothing in the past really that we can go off of, right? So today, of course, it's very easy to see that this is the focal point. What is price doing at this moment right here, right? So what we have is we got this nice channel. We seeing price come up here. We got price first, respect here, respect here, respect here, respect here. Now, whenever we have touched the last gold zone, this was the last touch of the gold zone. So because of that, we're looking for price to push up to this end here. But if we start to see price begin to curl and create this U form, that means that price is more likely going to break to the downside, right? It's just kind of just what it is. It's just going to break to the downside, right? That's not always the case. And if it's not, there are times where you can become biased, right? And so whenever I'm saying you can become biased, it's simply saying, hey, this will be a moment where I will become biased, okay? Because price has begun to reverse back this way. Now, what we could see is price simply just respect back at the gold zone and get a push back up, right? I probably would miss that because of the indicator of, okay, it looks like price might be coming back to this gold zone level. And so because of that, my immediate thought is looking for what we call as phase 2, right? This right here is phase 1. So anytime you have a channel, you gotta have a channel, price comes to this gold zone. Well, let's just imagine, this is actually not a good example of a phase 1. Let's just put it that way. This is not a good example of a phase 1. Maybe we could find another phase 1 on a different example. But as of now, let's just focus on phase 2 and phase 3. Phase 2 is if we get a price breaks this gold zone level and be patient, let price come back to the gold zone level. That's a phase 2. So we're simply getting a break, retest back at the gold zone. That's a phase 2, right? If we get a retest back at the gold zone, we're simply going to look for a short position. It's just kind of like automatic, right? Now, once phase 2 happen, maybe phase 2 doesn't happen, right? Even if it does happen or doesn't happen, down here is phase 3. And so I don't know, I feel like somebody said, hey, I just felt like somebody was going, like, if I was with somebody asked me, hey, what does phase 3 mean? Or how do you find phase 3? Phase 3 is simply, you're going to go to the bottom of this foundation, right? So whatever started this uptrend is phase 3, right? So this is what creates this Pac-Man's mouth here, right? So phase 2 and phase 3 are the Pac-Man's mouth, all right? Now, we simply get a break. We got a nice break here. We got a close beneath gold zone, so that's a great confirmation. Price does come back up. Now, this is not clean, right? So this right here, this retest is not clean. We're getting a lot of spikes here, breaking out of the gold zone. It's not very clean, but yet it is still respecting the gold zone, right? For a phase 2. Now, this is where we get in for a position at. This is where we get in for a position. Now, if you are taking a trade right here, I have been taking 2 positions lately. Now, since I'm looking back at it, this is why it's good for everyone to back test and see what you could do better for the next potential trade. All right. But now looking back at it, once I seen that we got this green close beneath the gold zone, I could have simply got in another trade. Let's just pretend I took 2 positions here. I could have got into another trade once I seen price close beneath this gold zone level here, right? Boom. And that's where we got a major pushback down to the downside. And this ended up being a really, really big trade today. But that's really it. Literally, just be patient. Price, if whatever price touches at phase 1, so if price touches at phase 1 here, your next thought should be, okay, price needs to come back up here to the gold zone level. If it doesn't, and you start to see a reverse, that's whenever your mind should just jump straight to phase 2. All right. So again, if phase 1 If phase one has already got a bounce, if this was the last bounce here, your initial thought will be, okay, I want to see price come up to this key level. If you start to see price come back to the gold zone, you start to see it reverse, that means that this uptrend is getting exhausted. And because it's getting exhausted, it means that it's simply about to start falling to the downside. All right? Very, very simple. Reese, yes, my boy, that was a really, really good trade by the grace of God. Really good trade. Let's see. Bruh, the Knicks came back? Wow. I did not expect that. I did not expect that. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna actually look at that. Now, again, if anyone has any questions about like any of the charts that they want to look at, I don't care if you want to look at cryptocurrency. I don't care if you have your favorite stock. We can check it out. I can maybe give you an extra my opinion. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I can give you my opinion on whatever market that you may be interested in. If anyone has any questions about the market, we can go over it. Let me actually. Today, US 30 was like just very very wobbly today. But the reason so is at the gold zone, we actually didn't take any trade today on US 30 just because it was so nasty. But it did respect gold zone. Phase two, it was just very, very ugly on how it respected it. So, Ripple is XRP, right? If I'm not mistaken. It's so Ripple is XRP, right? If I'm not mistaken. Hold on real quick. Yes, okay. We're about to check it out. Is there a particular time frame you want to look at it? Or if you're looking for a long time, I can go to the daily or the weekly to your choosing. Let's see. Let's look at it. Let's check it out. You got a nice. It's going to the downside crazy right now. Everything is. Typically, you see like cryptocurrency kind of moves in correlation. But let's check it out. So I'm going to jump to the weekly, y'all. Just because I do like the weekly for long term. I think that the weekly is powerful. So, okay. So I like the weekly, bro. So I like the weekly just because... I guess for like, wait, this is not XRP, is it? Because this says 143. Hold on, let me see something here. But I like now the weekly. You can do the 4 hour. You can do all that good stuff. But for me personally, I do the weekly. For me personally, I do the weekly. But I can go look at some other ones too, though. We can check it out. Let's see. So at the moment, just looking at this, only setup that I am seeing here is we have this level right here. That look like price may be respecting these key levels.
Time to see what the Celtics guy about to do. Big cat. Big cat. Not the little. Big cat. Not the little kitty. Big cat. They're climbing up here. What they climbing up there?
This is the only thing I'm seeing right now for a Ripple. I'm gonna jump to the 4 hour. And let's see what we can. Matter of fact, I'm gonna jump to the daily. Oh yeah, now it's a lot more clearly in the daily, right? So we got simply price, respect, respect. We got a price break gold zone. We got a nice close above phase one. So we guess what? We jumping straight to phase two. Same thing, y'all. Listen, nothing changes. Nothing changes at all. Setups does not change. Gold zone is a gold zone. It doesn't matter. Gold zone is gold zone. We got a simple break. Close above gold zone. Price came back. This is a great retest. This is what we're looking for. This is beautiful. We got a beautiful. There was no drawdown. There was none of that. You could have bought this right here off the retest. Boom. This is I'm going to get my measuring tool out. I haven't used a measuring tool in a long time, or a price range anyway. This is a 13% move. This is a 32 cent move, which is 13%. So let's just do math. Let's do math so we can really kind of put this in perspective of what that actually means. Because I know that 32 cents really doesn't sound like much, but me personally, right? I just kind of want to see what the math will look like with this kind of move. Crypto. They have crypto like calculators out there that I'll just simply use. So let's just say price was at, what's this down here, y'all? This was $2.33. So let's do that. So we're gonna say $2.33. And then let's just imagine that you invested, I don't know, let's just say $100. You put $100 here right at gold zone. And price goes up to $2.65. $2.65. This might not be a lot. So you'd have made $13 on this move. Oh, that's kind of like, that's actually, I really didn't even have to do math on that. I'm tripping. 13%. So you'd have made it, so that would have been a $13 move. Let me see. So I know for some of us, it's like, man, that's just $13 or $100. But if you keep doing this, over and over again, you're getting 10% moves, 13% moves, and even though you might be making, if you're risking $100, it might be only $13 and $10. Listen, that stuff adds up, right? And if you have a good system on your trading strategy, then you just keep compounding. And right when I'm trading cryptocurrency, if I'm investing, and I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not telling y'all to do this, but whenever I'm trading cryptocurrency, I still use my gold zone strategy, but I just buy at long position placements, right? So let's just imagine that I bought. Let's delete this. Let's just imagine that I was able to buy. Looking at this, I wouldn't have bought anything in Ripple. I feel like Ripple would have been more one of those investments that I would have needed to see a setup down here for me to get into any of this. I'm not gonna say that because I'm sure that there was stuff in the past that I could setups that I could have caught. Let's see. So in the past, I'll see this right here. I would also see this. Now, I'm about to give y'all exactly how. Now let's just imagine today is January, the beginning of January, how I actually would have traded Ripple at the time.
Oh yeah, I see. Oh yeah, I see. You see me? Yeah, I'm in 12th place right now.
Hold on, y'all. Look,
Damn.
y'all. I'm also watching this NBA game, but how I would have traded this back then, January? Gold zone, price respect, price respect, price respect, respect, respect. So I know that this is a key level. Now we see that we got a last touch here. Now we just went over Nasdaq on how we trade last touches. We simply jumped to phase 2. If we start seeing price begin to reverse. Now in Nasdaq we started seeing it flip to this side, so we kind of became biased, and we're simply looking for a phase 2 back to the downside, right? But on here, we're simply looking for price to come to this key level here, right? Price come to this key level here, I probably will buy some here. Now, whenever you have a downtrend like this and you have an uptrend, you actually have two Pac-Man's mouth. So it looks something like this. Wherever way it breaks, that's going to be the Pac-Man's mouth. Okay? So boom. So we started seeing price break out of here, right? And we're on the daily time frame. Now, whenever it comes to long-term investment, I don't care about truly being as perfectly getting into a trade as though I would be on a day trade. It'd be more so listen, price is starting to break out. I might get in somewhere right here, right? I mean, I'm not really trying to, because I'm long-term investing. I'm just trying to, get a move my direction, so to say, right? Now, this does come back. Goes on powerful, phase 2. So if you want to wait, boom, this still would have been really, really good for you. Boom. Listen, you could have bought this. You could have bought this right here. Maybe you would have exited some right here at the gold zone. Maybe you might would have exited some at the gold zone. That's a 17% move. That's seven. If you're risking $100, that's $17, right? Let's say you got $200. Now it's whatever. I don't know. What's the math of that? It's something, right? But let's say you closed out some. You let the rest keep going. Well, guess what? Now you're up 38%. So, and again, that's just $100, right? You might put $1,000 in there. You put $1,000 in there, well, it looks different. But really, it's really that simple, y'all. And boom, you could have had. Now, this is what I mean by whenever you invest in long term. I'm just looking for setups. Let's say I still got this running. Well, I see that Pac-Man's mouth is still right here. I could buy again for a long position right here. Boom. This is another long position I could have caught. And this right here is another 14% move. Back up to the upside. So this is just so many different avenues, so many different ways that you could just keep compounding. You're not thinking about this. You just buying it, and you might take some profit off the table. Maybe you go out for lunch with that money, or you start really building up your account. This money you can literally just put in perspective. What if instead of it just being $100, you started investing thousands of dollars doing the same thing, right? Well, what if each month, as this thing is just constantly compounding, you literally have thousands of dollars that's just running in profit that you can just keep chewing from constantly, right? Week to week, month to month, and you're just buying. You're just buying and buying and buying at key places. That's it. So yeah, but right now for XRP, we are in a position for a long setup. I will say that we are in a position for a long setup to the upside. Right? Now listen, this is Pac-Man's mouth. Think about that. This is Pac-Man's mouth, and we're at phase 2. I hope you're seeing it. That means that price has the potential to get back up to $3. Like, it has the potential to get back up to $3. Price respects here. Price pans out to be phase 1. Phase 2, we could see XRP realistically get to $3.37. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Now, Kirby, what's the question? Now, Kirby, would you buy now? Because I'm long-term investing, I don't care about being perfect. So even if I bought like right here, and I actually may buy some of this XRP actually, since I'm looking at it. I got like, y'all, I'm like really been focused on Ethereum. And I just lost my. There you go. So right here, let's just say price does push up. This is still over a 30% move. This is still over a 30% move. Like, and especially if you're just long term investing and you're not necessarily trying to like day trading where you like for me, y'all, I don't have stop loss whenever I'm long term investing. I'm simply just buying. Every time we get a long form setup, buy. Buy more. Buy more. Buy more. But XRP definitely has the potential to get up to $3, which would from where price is right now. This is a 91%. This is 91 cent move. This is almost a dollar move. If you bought, let's just kind of put this in perspective. If you buy it at $2.47, $2.47, and let's just say you invested $1,000 in it. This is again. I am not a financial advisor, family. Let's say that price goes up to $3.39. $3.39. That's a $372 move. So yeah, that's it, family. Ethereum. What am I looking for? Okay, now on Ethereum, I am trading this based upon the weekly. Price is simply broke, closed above this gold zone level. I'm simply looking for price to come back to this key level for another long-term position. So I might grab a little bit more here for another long-term position. This is all gold zone work. Now look, if anyone has any questions, if anyone has any questions on any particular cryptocurrency or stock or anything that you are interested in, let me know.
Took my sandals off in the valley. Hey, them Pete Millers is crazy. I had those. Them what? I had the Pete Millers back in the day. I used to play for that. Hey, you just can't go right. Bro, forget the brand. Hey,
That's actually a really good question, bro. Tell us one way trading has changed your life. Oh, um, oh, trading has caused me to become more aware about me, right? So, it has caused me to see my flaws that I typically wouldn't even recognize. Like my struggles, my personal struggles, whether that's a greed, a lack of discipline, all these different things, I have become more aware, and it has made me more intentional about different things in my life, like not just trading, because I like there's such an intentional trying to be a better trader, and I'm realizing that like to become a good trader, you first have to actually become a good trader, right? But because you get so intentional about the becoming aspect, that kind of bleeds into your like your daily life, right? And so you become more aware of how you're thinking about other people, how you're thinking about yourself, how you're thinking about just different aspects of life, and you're more intentional because you're kind of creating this habit of just being intentional about everything. And so and you see what happens when you're not intentional, right? Like you see, like as a trader, it's like you can see like your weaknesses as an individual in the trading screen, and it's so fascinating, so crazy, it's so weird and crazy, but yet you just like it helps you to see like, Lord, I struggle here. So man, I thank God for it, man. Not even just the trading itself, it's more so the like the God is helping me to increase faith, and it's just it's so much more than just the charts that has been, you know, a blessing more than anything.
Real talk.
Look, also, welcome back. How are you? Oh, Jason Tatum got hurt. When you first started trading, how many times did you want to stop, and what kept you going? Listen, listen. I wanted to stop more than I wanted to keep going. Y'all, I actually took like a whole year off of trading. And I didn't take a single trade for a whole year.
New York going crazy right now. I know they bored. I know they won't run it back. You're gonna be alright, man.
I didn't take a single trade the whole year. So I did stop.
Bro.
I
think
did,
it's his ankle, bro. I think it's his kidney.
I did stop.
Oh, shit, bro, I'm telling. Oh my God, that nah. God damn, man.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
Ew.
So
Bro, I do not wish that on nobody. Fuck.
yeah, it was tough.
Bro,
It was tough, bro. It was tough. I didn't have man. It was tough. I think that's why, like, I really like even with my videos. That's why I really want to like
What you mean,
help
nigga?
Oh, yeah.
individuals. Like it's like especially like beginner traders,
No, I'm just
because I know how it feels. But yeah, I know how this side feels too. I was in the bad side for so long. I thought that was just like I'll never get out of this place. Like I'll never get out of this place. And then
Man, that's a wrap.
Hey, Denver Nuggets won a championship.
you get out of this place.
Damn, you think
And it's like, man, like, Lord, thank you for me not giving up. and praying, continue to pray, because I did realize this along the way. God taught me so much stuff that when I look back, I didn't see it as learning, but now it's like, Lord, thank you for everything that I went through. You were actually helping me to become the person I needed to become. I just was ignoring the becoming aspect. So God has been working behind the scenes the whole time. I just didn't feel it. Like, it was just hard. This was hard. But I am so thankful because now, if I didn't go through that, I wouldn't be able to share things with you all now that I can tell you about the ugly, I can tell you about the good, I can tell you about like just so many different things, because I was at the bottom of the barrel for so long in this trading thing. So but I thank God for it. I thank God for it. At the time, it was nasty. And I think that's not, yes, we're talking about me and trading, but that's for y'all too. Like, I'm sure there's some things right now that y'all may be like going through in life, or you have been through in life, and it just seemed like it was very hard. But now you're on the other side of it, and it's like, Lord, thank you, because now, like, you can tell somebody about that side. Like, there's somebody, you have a brother or sister that's in that same struggle that you're in right now, that it, like, you know that what you went through now, for them, it's not wasted. They're actually like so happy that you went through it because you can help them. So it's kind of like you become like, the Lord is like saying, hey, I need you to be like to go before the people. So you're going to have to struggle so that you can share and help those that come behind, so they won't have to struggle. So yeah. After the year, did you come back trading the same way you did when you left, or you picked up a new strategy? So when I came back from trading for a year, let me remember. Oh my God, that's actually a really good question. No, when I came back to trading, I did not have this strategy. When I came back to trading, I was doing more breakouts. So, you know, just typical, like your typical breakout trade. Now I still use breakouts, you know, but it's breakouts with the confirmed based on what I'm seeing in the gold zone. But it's so weird because it's honestly, I know this sounds like oh yeah, but honestly, it was just like one day God was just like, here you go. Honestly, I didn't trade on the 15-minute time frame. But one day I just clicked over on the 15-minute time frame. I started seeing things, and I'm like, Lord. And then it got more in depth. It got more deeper, and like now, like the Lord has placed in my heart. Oh my gosh, what you can do? You can take 2 positions at the gold zone. Oh my God, you can take 2 positions, not risk anymore. Like, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. So yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Bro, nah, this gonna be off the chain. This gonna be a crazy Eastern Conference Finals.
Man, nobody give a fuck about no goddamn Pacers.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all heard that. Sorry, I'm watching like this basketball thing. Reese, look, I want like, bro, for you, bro, like you in a whole different like ball game than me, right? Like you in a whole different space than me. You're seeing success, like early. You know that rookie that comes into the NBA and just like taking over the league, right? Like that's where you at, bro. So it's like, bruh, for me, I'm that guy that's been on the bench for years, and the star player just got hurt, so I finally got my shot. But for you, it's different, bruh. You already seeing like, man, like, bruh, I wasn't, man. Listen, I don't even know how I'm still trading. Honestly, I really don't. At all, actually. But I'm still on there. Still on it. Yeah, but glory to God, bruh. Glory to God, bruh. Glory to God. God is good, man. God is good. And like that's like one of those things though. Like I can sit back and be like, man, Lord, you really did not waste. You didn't waste anything. Like you truly didn't. Because even to see somebody like you that just kind of just hop into the game and just already doing what you're doing, it's like, man, like Lord, thank you. Like you just like you made it so easy for us. That's what's so cool. You made it so easy for us. So that's a blessing. That is a blessing. That is a blessing. For those that are watching, I would love to hear y'all's like like how you got started in trading, what led you into trading. I'm gonna send this out. I'm going to. I need to share this. I need to share these. I need to share these. Oh, that's just coming here. My grandmother always told me, you say thank you, she will get me more. He will get you more. Same with the Lord. Same with the Lord. You be thankful, he will overfill your basket. Brother, listen, that's so good. Being thankful. Being thankful. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I think like here in America, it is like it is so different. Yo, hold on real quick. What up, bro? Give me 1 second, bro. So like over here in America, it is so different, right? Because it is hard. It is so fascinating. It's so listen. I'm gonna just say this: the word of God is so good. It is so good if you really believe in what God is saying, right? If you really start to believe with your whole heart, every word that comes from God's mouth, listen, in His word, your life will change, right? And your heart, like even your heart will even become more tender to things, right? Like here in America, we have so much stuff that it is so hard for us to be thankful. Like it is so hard. We compare ourselves to other people on social media. We compare ourselves to people in real life. We are like we've been blessed to the point. This is so crazy. We've been blessed to the point where we feel as though we deserve this or this is what it should be, instead of recognizing that everything is from the Lord, and it is a blessing, right? The fact that we have AC, running water, you have a home, right? You have a home with rooms. You have a vehicle. It may not be the most prettiest vehicle. It don't matter. There's someone that's having to walk 5-10 miles to work somewhere around the world, and you complaining, or well, we complain as a people because we have a different colored door, or the AC ain't running, or the heat ain't the heat ain't working. Listen. I'm not saying those things are uncomfortable. They are, but you and I have no right to be ungrateful. Right? It may not be exactly what we desire, what we want, but that does not mean that means that we should be ungrateful for what we have. Right? Like let's become Like in reality, there's no reason why we should not wake up every day and see the goodness of God. If you have a computer and you looking at me talk right now, that means that the Lord has given you something to look at, which is a computer screen, a phone, but yet we still find things to complain about, right? Now, I'm talking to y'all, but I'm also talking to myself too, right? I'm talking to myself too throughout this because I definitely have moments where I'm complaining about stuff that, like, Lord, what do you like, Curb? What do you complain about? Whenever you go to like a different place and you're seeing people thank God and they have like not nearly not the okay, I put it this way. The people that we see as like don't have much here or poverty areas here, there's other places around the world that cannot compare to our poverty places. That makes sense? Like there's some places that are 10 times lower than what we call poverty here in America. Now, again, I'm not saying that there isn't poverty here in America or we shouldn't be like concerned or praying or helping people that are poverty. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is the whole purpose of this is just saying, listen, let's be grateful because there's someone behind us that may not have nearly as what we have. But then they're not complaining. They're just going on about life. Maybe they are complaining. I don't know. But I know for us, like God has given us so much to be thankful for that we should not be complaining, y'all. But again, I'm talking to myself when I say this as well. I promise you, I'm talking to myself too. But I think that we just got to. That's one of those intentional things. Just like you got to be intentional about trading, like be very intentional. You have to be very intentional about what you're saying, how you're talking. If you're being grateful, if you're being thankful, like just be very intentional. Like when you wake up in the morning, Lord, thank you for allowing me to see this day. Somebody didn't wake up, y'all. And I know y'all know that. But still, sometimes a reminder is really good. But yes, Reese, we do. We think we are privileged or that we are better than. And that is just not the case. I think it is so fascinating that God says, look, he's made every human being. He's made everyone in the image of God. Right? Isn't that fascinating? That there's like when every man is equal, God did not make me nor you better than anyone else in the world. No matter where they come from, no matter what they have, no matter the color of their skin, you are not better than nobody. When God created you, he also created me. And we have both been made in the image of God. Right? So listen. We have to just become, just more grateful about things, y'all. More grateful. Appreciate what we have. Appreciate what we have. And stop focusing so much on what we don't have. And trust God that you will get an increase whenever it's time for you to get the increase. Y'all look, so I'm watching this basketball game and I'm about to play this game too for a little bit. I ain't played it in so long. But anybody has any more questions or setups that you want to go over, we can go over those setups. The Knicks came back and won. Wow. You know what? When I look at the Warriors, they don't have a chance. But they do have a chance. They still got Jimmy Butler. He just got to, you know what I'm saying? He just got to have one of those games, man. He's just got to have one of those games, man. Now, anybody that's watching this chat right now, does anybody play the video game? Bro, it's crazy, bro. Them Knicks going crazy now. Them Knicks are going crazy. Okay, I want to show y'all this now. This is SPY. This is SPY. This is actually important. I know, but Jimmy, he's supposed to be playoff Jimmy. He's supposed to be going crazy right now. Today he about to go crazy this day. I just know he is. Yep. He going crazy today. I know he going crazy today. I don't know why I know, but I know. He going crazy today. Jimmy Butler going crazy today. Alright, so for SPY, this is big. The reason I say this is big, right, for SPY is because the setup right here was a phase 1 setup. Respect. Push up. Alright? Now, if we are staying with this, guess what? We could possibly see a push up here. Now, we start seeing a push up here. Now, this is on the weekly. So this could take time for price to get up there. Like, this is actually that's a $42 move. Ooh. That's a $42 move for SPY. But we have this uptrend going on for SPY. If other things are in correlation, like Nasdaq is probably going to be in correlation. See Nasdaq in correlation right now. Then that means that the next weeks or so, look, same thing. Next weeks or so, we could possibly see Nasdaq push up to the GOAT zone. There's a possibility. Look at that right there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Unless we start seeing like a, if it start getting exhausted, then that's ugly. And if it's going to play on GOAT zone on the weekly time frame, what if like price just came all the way down here to $28,000 for US 30? That would be insane. That would be crazy. That'd be about almost a $20,000 move to the downside. That'd be absolutely crazy. But if we are going to stay in Pac-Man's mouth, or we're not Pac-Man's mouth, if we're going to stay in phase 1, we could possibly be seeing price respect here. Well, not possibly. We are seeing price respect here. Respect here. Guess what? Price is respecting through here. Boom. So guess what? If we're going to stay in this area, that means that we could possibly see price respect this area here, give us a push back up to the gold zone, back up here to the upside. Boom. Now, if price does push up here on US 30, this is a $3,000 move. All right. Now, again, this is the weekly time frame. All right. This is a weekly time frame. So it could take time. Like, it could take like months to get up there, possibly, depending on how long it takes. If it gets there, it could take months. Okay. It could take months. I wonder what would it be if I left my YouTube live running all night long just on this screen right here and seeing prices going to get up there. Imagine that. That'd be crazy. But if anybody wants to see any setup that they like, as far as any stocks, any setups, cryptocurrencies, Forex, whatever, if you want to go over it, I will go over it with you. I'll go over it with you. If there's any particular thing or setup that you guys want to see. I don't know why YouTube looks so blurry on my end. I don't know why. It's crazy. Let me see if I can make the brightness go up. Would that help? But just let it keep running, right? That's funny, bruh. That's funny. But I remember that when that PS5 came out. I don't know who this is. No, answer that. I'm not gonna answer that because I don't know who it is. It says group. Group. Not sure. What I need to get, bruh? Talk to me. Yo, Mike. Oh, this my. Oh, what you want to run, bro? Okay. You gonna be hitting that? Let's see. Hold on. Let me do a challenge for a PC setup. What's that mean? Hold on, man. Let me look at my weapons. Do a challenge for a PC setup. What's that mean? Are you saying like somebody win like a monitor screen or that? But I know what I got. No, nothing. I know what I have. Not dying. Oh, are you saying okay? Okay, I see what you're saying. So you saying make an account, $50, set a target goal, okay? But a setup for you. So what you're saying is make an account, $50, and set a target goal to a setup for yourself. You could trade it on. So you're saying just have a small account and then go live and trade it? Or let other people trade it. That's actually hard a little bit. But see here's the thing. That sounds good. But like I still got the signal room in the morning. Right? So if I got the signal room in the morning, that means that everybody that's in the signal room right now will kind of just be like, you know. I'll have to figure that out. I'm still trying to understand. So what I'm trying to figure out is how would I be able to do that, but then have, Wait, so maybe after the signal room is done in the morning, go and take those trades. I hope I'm understanding right, bro. I feel like I'm not. Okay, so from signal room we go from 8:40 to typically around like 8:40 to 9:45, maybe 10. 10 is kind of like we're really stretching it. But But then after from 10 from 10 o'clock to so on, I might can do like a $50 account challenge and flip it. And let people take the same trades that I'm taking. Chat. What y'all think? Would that help? Would that help y'all what goes on? Would that be beneficial? I like that. I like that. I like that. That's actually a really good idea. That's actually a really good idea. Hey, but family, listen, it is 10:30. I am going to hop off this thing for tonight. Going to hang out a bit. Might run a few games on this Call of Duty. I ain't played it in so long, bro. I'm about to be so bad. But all right, family. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.